It's in the state of Ibogaine in Britain is that it's legal, but it's an unlicensed medication, and I work with a doctor, so principally because there are some dangers of working with Ibogaine, but I personally think that the treatment should be medically supervised. I think it's somewhat irresponsible for people to just, you know, do it in a room in a kind of, which is what's happening. There's a lot of underground treatment providers that are former addicts that have now become, you know, that maybe got clean from Ibogaine, that are now treating other people, and they shack up in a room somewhere, maybe in a hotel somewhere, and give them the Ibogaine and then take them through the experience, and then the person goes. But you see, if anything were to happen in that situation, if you're not medically trained, you're not really able to deal with it. Ibogaine in itself, I haven't really explained this, but it's strongly psychoactive. So within half an hour to 2 hours of consuming it, you're flat on your back, going through a very intense, or entering a kind of intense altered state of consciousness. So many people say it's very dreamlike. It's not kind of delusional in the sense that you know who you are and you know where you are and you can get up. Well, you can't actually really get up, but you can place yourself. But it's physically incapacitating, so you get what's called ataxia. You can't really move, and where your sense of your spatial awareness is seriously distorted. So if you tried to put your foot on the floor, you're gonna not hit the right spot, basically. And because of that, and because of the psychoactive nature of it, it's considered quite a radical treatment and quite difficult to contain. And you know, National Health Services certainly aren't used to administering anything like that, and no one's really behind, you know, the potential kind of therapeutic use of psychoactive drugs, psychedelic drugs I should say, because there's lots of psychoactive licensed drugs, but anything mind-altering in that way that you might consider a trip, so to speak, people just are unwilling to get behind. Plus there are some sort of dangers with it. I don't actually think nearly as many dangers as with most licensed medications. But there are potential problems with people with heart problems or liver problems.